Hey, what's up? It's Alicia again, and today I want to share something that I thought was really important to this whole pregnancy thing. These are 10 things that I wish I knew before getting pregnant. And they're like genuinely things that I had no idea about that I feel like everyone should know. Like, I don't know, like these were all shocking things to me. So I am trying to get you not shocked. Here's 10 things that I wish I knew before getting pregnant. Check it out. The first thing that I want to share is that everything they say is true. What I mean by that is that everything that you go through, someone has already gone through. I'm not saying that everything that everyone goes through is just going to happen to you, because like I didn't throw up. I didn't necessarily get morning sickness. I got sickness, like, you know, but it wasn't during, like, the first trimester. I was like, yo, is anything in there? Like, every time I went to the doctors, I was like, can you make sure that something is in there? So it wasn't until week 10 for me that I felt anything. But when they happened, they happened. And everything I looked up, it was a pregnancy thing. For example, I have numbness in my fingers and like these arthritis pains that like in the morning it hurts so bad. Like I feel like I'm just like, ugh, it hurts to close. Like my arms fall asleep super quick. It started with my arms and now it's my hands, and I was like, oh my gosh, they are numbing. And I looked it up and it was one of the many gifts of pregnancy. Another thing is I'm starting to get like a bunion. I did not know that pregnancy would cause bunions, you know, and I looked it up. So literally anytime anything happens to me that I feel, you know, a little woozy, I like look it up and it's like, well, these are one of the gifts of pregnancy. It's just nice to know that all these changes in your bodies have been done, all the changes in your body have been done before, and that it's normal. And these things and these elements and these discolorations are all normal. The second thing is probably, in my opinion, the most scandalous thing ever. And that is that you are pregnant for 10 months. You're not pregnant for 9 months. You're not pregnant for 9 months. I repeat, you are not pregnant for 9 months. You're pregnant for 10 months. And I know that that's just 1 month, but when you get into the months, that 1 month means something. And I have no idea why they do this, why we're told that it's 9 months when it's 10 months. The best thing that I could come up with is that because you can have the baby 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after your due date, that could be in the 9 months thing and it would be healthy. But that also means it could also be 10.5 months. Like, that's insane. Why are we saying 9 months? Why are we setting these women up for failure? Which also brings me to my next point, number 3, that your estimated delivery date is based off of your last period, not based off of when you know that it happens, which is super interesting to me, because I feel like in most cases we kind of know when it happened, but they just go to that last date, your last period date, and you know that you didn't get pregnant on that day because you were on your period. I mean, I guess you could probably, you know, it's very slim. But yes, your estimated delivery date is based off of your last period, not when you did it. Which, that brings me into my fourth one. That's 4, right? Yeah. Fourth is that you can only get pregnant when you're ovulating. I know. I feel like that's probably something that everybody knows. But I thought you have sex and you get pregnant. Like, I thought all my life that when you have sex, you will get pregnant and die.
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die.
Anyone know where that's from? Given that there is always a possibility, like this isn't 100%, 100,000% you can only get pregnant during these couple of days. But yes, you can only get pregnant during these couple of days, which is 2 weeks after your period is when you're ovulating. And those are like the days to do. There's like one day that you definitely do. And then there's a couple days before and a couple days after. there's some room for error. I mean, as far as like your ovulation, according to a calendar, the app that I used was actually the Glow app, and that was really great. It worked for us. Like the dates can be a little off on these apps because everybody's bodies are different, and that's just based off of, 2 weeks after is when you ovulate, but it could be a little before, it could be a little after, and sperm could stay in your body for a couple of days. So there is a couple of room for error, shall we say. Unless you're trying, then it's no error, keep it going. So yeah, you can only get pregnant during ovulation. You're welcome. For all of you that's worried, you're welcome. On to number 5. Halfway there, people. Number 5 thing I wish I knew is that line on your stomach, it's not a stretch mark. It is a hormone mark. It's called the Linea Nigra. I'm not sure. I always thought that it was a stretch mark. I thought that it comes because, you get a lot of stretch marks. You can get a lot of stretch marks on your stomach. I just assumed it was that. It's not a big deal, but when I saw it at like month 2, I was like, wait, hold on. I haven't even grown. How am I already getting this stretch mark? And I looked it up, and it's called, let me actually get this right. Hold on. Well, I still might not get this right. Yeah, Linea Nigra. Latin for black line. Often referred to as pregnancy line, is a hyperpigmentation that commonly appears on the abdomen. The brownish streak is usually about a centimeter in width. Okay. This is the one. The Linea Nigra appears naturally during pregnancy because of the higher levels of hormones in your body. So it's from hormones. The exact cause isn't known, but most healthcare providers believe that the melanocyte stimulating hormone created by the placenta causes melanin to rise during pregnancy. That's why I'm getting this new glow. It's actually just hormones. It's your body changing. And I got mine early. Like, that was the first time that I was pregnant. In my opinion, was that I got the line. Like, I got it 2 months in. So yes, that is number 5. This next one might be a little weird, but it's just that breast milk doesn't come out in a stream. Like, I thought that it comes out in this straight line, like, pee, which I guess that's not always a straight line either. But I thought that there was just like one stream that it comes out of, and I keep like looking at it, I'm like, what's happening? And then I realized that it's more like a sponge or a shower head. Like, the whole nipple shoots out water, so it comes out of all of the pores. It comes out of all of the streams. Like, it's a lot of streams. It's like a shower head where it's just shooting out. I thought it was gonna be one shootout, and I don't know, I thought that was interesting because when you kind of could tell a difference in your nipple. Oh, he's kicking. So yeah, because you look at your body and the changes, and I'm like, it's looking a little bit different. So yeah, it comes out of lots of streams. This next thing I wish I knew is actually very important, and I wish I would have put it higher up on the list, but this list is in no order. It was just as I was thinking that I wrote it down. But number 7 on the list is that if something is wrong or something feels wrong, you end up at the ER. And to me, that was a big, big misconception that I had. I thought there was more resources and more help and more support. But if you feel something wrong, your doctor isn't just gonna clear out his schedule to see you, like he has appointments all through the day. So you call and you tell them the problem, and they'll give you advice, but they'll tell you to go to urgent care. And if you go to urgent care, they don't have the machinery for pregnant people. It's odd. Like, they don't do the ultrasounds. They don't have really anything. They could just sure, test your blood and stuff, but it's not really specified for pregnant people. And if you're anything like me, the emergency room is like, you're dying, like just something is wrong. So I had to go to the emergency room because I was having these horrible pains. I couldn't stand straight. It hurt to pee. Like, I was just in some of the most excruciating pain. And I was just like, in my mind, and going to the ER, I just felt like, okay, well, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to expect. And I just started like crying because I just felt like this was the worst thing that could happen. You know, I'm going to the ER for my pregnancy. It just made it so much bigger than it was. But it was just very interesting for me to realize that you can't just get help. It's not just readily available. I called a lot of urgent cares and none of them were really equipped to help a pregnant person. Don't make the ER such a big deal like I did, because I was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. It's just like, just go because you want to know. All right, on to a lighter note. The eighth thing is that prenatal visits are so impersonal. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, why do I even have to come here? It's insane. It's just like checks and balances, which I guess that's fine. You know, maybe in the beginning when you get all your blood work, you do a little more, but you go and you get your blood pressure. They take you into the room to see the doctor. The doctor comes in. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Oh, okay. Your blood pressure's fine. Lay back. You just hear the heartbeat. And it's not, you also don't get, or at least at mine, my OBGYN doesn't have an ultrasound. I go to 2 different places. I just get to hear the heart, but I don't get to see the baby every time. So that was another thing. Bonus, not all of your OBGYN appointments are gonna have an ultrasound, which is literally the most exciting part of the whole thing, is seeing the little baby move, little toes, little fingers. They ask if you have any questions, and I kind of just write them down as notes so that when I get there I don't forget them, because you feel like they are trying to just get to the next person. It just feels so impersonal. Like, I think in the actual room with the doctor, you're only there for like 5 minutes in there. So I feel like sometimes, oh, I'm gonna ask a question. We gonna sit in this room a little bit longer. Like yesterday I went and I felt like he was like slowly inching towards the door as I was asking my list of questions. And just ask questions, because I feel like they don't just give you information. Like the breast pump, I asked them about the breast pump and they're like, oh, they'll do it at the front. And I just felt like, well, shouldn't someone have told me that? Because I've been searching, you know, of how to get the breast pump and what program I go through to get the breast pump, when you just had the answer and I didn't have to. So ask your questions. They're super impersonal, yada, yada, yada. They'll take your vitals, your blood, ask you if you have any questions. About 5 minutes, the end. We are almost done with this list. Number 9 is take all the advice, but take it with a grain of salt. I think, like I said in that first video, pregnant video, it's so awesome being in this motherhood, because it's the best hood. Because moms are so, especially new moms, because they just went through, are so helpful and so, you know, love to give information. And I love it. Literally anytime I see someone with a baby or pregnant, I'm like, hey, how are you? How are you feeling? What are you doing? Because I want to hear, I just want to feel immersed in the whole community and motherhood and women and supporting and listening and sharing. So I love talking to new moms, pregnant women, and just sharing experiences like that. I say all that to say, I mean, not everyone's experience is going to be yours. Like, don't let someone else deter you in your positiveness, because sometimes, not that they're trying to be negative, but some people's pregnancy is not easy, or has been hard, or they're in constant pain, or joint ligaments, Bruxton, like there's all kinds of things that could happen. And that's not to say that either is right or wrong. It's just different. Like, all pregnancies are different. Even your own pregnancies will be different. The thing that I'm most nervous about as of now is like the actual labor. Because the bigger he's getting, like I could feel him like up here and down here, can't see, at the same time. And I'm like, oh, you big. And I'm just like, how are you getting out? How can you possibly get out of the hole? Yeah, I don't ask about labor too much at all whatsoever. Sometimes they'll share, but like I'm not asking for that information. If they share, I'll listen. But yes, that's number 9. Woohoo! And we are here at the final thing that I wish I knew. Number 10. It is not about you, but it is all about you. What I mean by that is it's not about you and who you were pre-pregnancy. So drop the ego, drop the pride, drop the I could push through this. It's not about you. Your whole body is changing. So it's not about what you used to be able to do. You know, I felt like I was pushing myself like, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do that. And then like my body was like, no, you're not. And that's why I ended up in the ER, because I was trying to be my old self, which is not my old self, it's still me, but temporary. This is just a temporary change of just pushing through the pain. Like you can't push through the pain anymore, you know? You're the home, you are a vessel, you have to protect. But in the same regard, it is all about you. Like you take the time you need, you take care of yourself, do what you need to do. It's okay. Like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to take a break. Take care of yourself, because you are growing a human, and it's so amazing and it's so beautiful. And as time goes and it gets bigger and you start to connect more, you can't take care of the baby if you're not taking care of yourself. And I feel like that was something that was crazy to adjust to, you know, like asking for help. I was at the airport and I asked someone to put my bag, my carry-on up into the, you know, the shelf, whatever it's called. And that was a lot for me. I was like, gosh, I really don't want to ask, but I know that I shouldn't lift it. Like, can I? Yes. Should I? Probably not. You know, you don't have to take advantage of it, but ask for help and humble yourself. That's my word of this whole pregnancy, is humble yourself. It's not about you, but it's all about you. And finding that balance has been like, chef's kiss to the whole experience. And there we have it. The 10 things that I wish I knew about pregnancy before I got pregnant. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I'm sure there's some things you're like, girl, how did you not know that? But like, come on, I'm human. I know everything. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope there's something that maybe you learned in here that you can take into your pregnancy. And if it's your first time, congrats. I see you. Keep doing you. Do your thing, girl. Until next time, subscribe, or if you have any questions, comments, reviews, whatever. What is this, Yelp? Whatever. I'll see you guys next Friday at noon.